Well. It's January, early January, and Tottenham have made their first signing of the winter window. Timo Werner has signed for Tottenham Hotspur, and it's fair to say it's one that's really split the fan base. Half of them are saying great speed merchant, great player, great bit of business, blah, blah, blah. The others are saying Chelsea reject, useless, total downgrade. You know, you've had Harry Kane and now you're downgrading to this guy. Well, I guess first things first. You tell me who is an upgrade to Harry Kane. Harry Kane is the best striker in the world. I don't care what anybody else says, right? So anyone you sign who is going to be in that kind of position is going to be a downgrade, right? So let's be honest about that. So you can't upgrade on Harry Kane. I'm sorry, you just can't. So Timo Werner, the question is, did the manager want him? It seems he did. He spoke to him, and Timo Werner says one of the reasons he come to Tottenham is because of the manager. So if the manager wants him, then, and I know we've said this before with, Conte or Mourinho, whoever, if the manager wants him, then I'm happy. But I think it's slightly different here because we can see what Ange has done with some of these players already that he's already got. And you can see what his intention is and how Werner fits in with this team. So, okay, he needs to work on his offside situation. He needs to work on his finishing, all that kind of stuff. But if I'm honest, if I think there's one manager who can actually make a player better, then I've got to be honest with you, I think it's Ange. I really do. I'm totally sold on this manager. I'm totally sold in what he says, how he behaves, the relationship he's clearly got with his players and his coaching staff. He speaks so well that I think anyone being managed by him would be enchanted by him and want to do the best for him. So, as a manager of people myself, one of the things I've always lived by is that people can do what you ask them to do for a couple of reasons. They can do it because they have to do it, or they can do it because they really want to do it, and they really want to do it for you. If they really want to do it for you, then generally speaking, you'll get a better result. If people have to do it because it's the job and it's what they have to do, a lot of the time, they'll do the bare minimum, they'll do what the task itself is. But if you've got someone enthused in what you're trying to achieve and they can see your vision of what it delivers, then they'll put that bit much more into it. That don't even make sense. But you get what I mean. If they can see the end result and they can see where you're going and they can buy into your vision, then they'll put more in and you'll get more out. So I think Ange has that. So I'm not going to complain. I'm not going to complain about Timo Werner. He wants to play for Tottenham. He wants to play for Ange. He's with us for 6 months, so he's got to prove himself. He's got to prove that he's worth. Versatile, can play across the front. He's got pace. And let's be honest, if he was that shit, Chelsea wouldn't have signed him in the first place. Now, it didn't work out there. Get that? In the same way, Bentancur and Kulusevski didn't work out at Juventus. And yet, would we sell either of those players at this moment? No. And have they increased their value since we bought them? Yeah. So, let's be honest, no team generally wants to sell their players to another team if it's working out for them, if they're their best player. So, I'm sure that if another team has got a better option, then they're going to sell that player. It doesn't mean that they're a poor player. It means it's not fitting in with their ethos or how it's going. And some players just don't work out at teams. You know, we've had it before. Where I think back to someone like Steven Pienaar, who was ripping it up at Everton, came to Tottenham, was diabolical, had to go back to Everton, because some players just don't work. And so you have to kind of take it as it is. So my view is this. Timo wanted to sign. Ange wanted him. It's a good deal. We support him and let's see what he can do for the team. It's another option. Gives us another option across the front. It's not always working for Richie, so maybe he needs to come off. It's not always working for Sonny. Maybe sometimes he has to come off. Maybe Kulu has to move to the centre. Maybe Johnson's not having a great game. It gives you that option. It gives you that difference. And that's what we need. We need a bigger bench with more options that can do something different to each other. And so, for me, I'll take it. So let's just wait and see what the next one turns out, because that one's coming very soon as well. So we'll see what happens. Maybe another video tomorrow, you lucky, lucky people. Up the Spurs.